So welcome back to the channel. I'm Mounjaro, and today is going to be my 5-month milestone update video. I know you're all here just to see the before and after photos of me and my pants.
Oh my gosh!
Believe me, they are coming, so a little bit of viewer discretion is advised. But they'll be later in the video. But I just wanted to say that some of the stuff you hear today and some of the stuff I cover today is probably already going to be mentioned in a few of my other videos. Now, the idea of that is I wanted to bring it all together as one journey and one big update and sort of encompass the whole sort of 5 months in this one video. So I've got a 3-month update, a 4-month update, and now I'll have a 5-month update. And I really didn't want this to be a sort of, here's my pictures, here's me before we started Mounjaro weight loss journey, and here's my pictures now. So it's going to be a little bit of everything. So it's why I started, how I feel, any side effects I've had, how it's affected me mentally, and loads of other bits and bobs that I've sort of learned in the last 5 months on this weight loss and Mounjaro journey. And I'm guessing because you're watching it, you're either in a similar position where you are taking Mounjaro, you want to have a look, see what other people's journey looks like, or you're considering taking a weight loss medication and you're looking for a little bit of insight. So all my videos, I don't gloss over anything. I tell it exactly how it is, honest and frank. And yeah, so we'll get straight into it, shall we? So when I started this weight loss and Mounjaro journey back in May, I weighed 22 stone 11, which is 319 pounds or 144 kilos. So that was where I was when I started. So why did I start it? Now, over the years, I've tried it all. I've tried Weight Watchers, I've tried Slimming World, and back in the day, I've even tried the Atkins diet. And to be fair, they were all fairly effective up to a point. And I was going to say I lost a ton of weight, but that's an exaggeration. I've never lost a ton of weight. I've lost loads of weight doing these various different diets over the years. But the difference has always been, there's always been a critical moment when I'd self-destruct. And the reason I self-destruct is because they're not sustainable, or they're not sustainable for me. I'd end up saying, I'm not in the zone, and that would be it. And then for maybe 6, 7, 8 months, I'd put on weight again. Then I'd try a different diet, lose some weight, critical moment, self-destruct, not in the zone, rinse and repeat. And when I say it's not sustainable, it is for a while. So I'd do a few weeks, everything would be fantastic. I'd be losing weight, I'd be feeling better. But I'd always promise myself a treat day when I was doing these diets. So I'd always say, right, Friday you're going to have a treat day, you're going to have a pizza, you're going to have a burger, you're going to have your treat, you can have whatever you want. Just treat that as an old school greedy me day. And that was fantastic. Couldn't wait for that treat day to come. But then it would roll over into the Saturday, and then Saturday would be a treat day. Eat whatever you want, it's fine. You've been good all week, eat whatever you want. So now I'm having a treat day Friday, I'm having a treat day Saturday. You know what's coming, don't you? Yeah. I then think, what's the point in starting it again on a Sunday? We'll start again on Monday. So I've now done a treat day Friday, I've eaten thousands of calories. I've had a treat day Saturday, eating thousands of calories. And I've had a treat day Sunday, I've eaten thousands of calories. So ultimately what that means is 3/7 of the week, which my maths is saying nearly half of the week, I've done absolutely awful. And the other 4 days I've been really strict. And it's just not sustainable for me. So again, hit the self-destruct button, give up, try again another day. And that's why you end up where we are now on a Mounjaro weight loss medication journey. You start thinking, if I can avoid that self-destruct moment, that critical moment, that binge moment, and this medication that I've read so much about can do that for me, then why wouldn't I do it? And that little package stayed in the fridge for about 2 weeks. And then one day I decided to be a big brave boy, and I took that injection in my belly. And I woke up the next day, and it sounds like this is some sort of fairy tale I'm telling now, isn't it? And I woke up the next day a completely different man. Very little appetite, food noise completely gone. And what I really want to say to you all is, if you've not experienced food noise, you really don't understand what it is. it's so easy to say to people, just eat less and exercise more. But unless you've experienced that food noise, and I genuinely think that food noise is an illness, you really won't get it, where you're constantly thinking about food, you're constantly wanting food, you're constantly needing food, and you're constantly emotionally eating. And that's what food noise does to you. And this medication the next day completely eliminated any of that for me. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Completely changed my life overnight. But that's not to say there weren't any side effects. Now, I've been quite lucky. I've been incredibly lucky with side effects. I've not had the sulfur burps. I've not had the diarrhea. I've not had any of the problems with pancreatitis. None of that for me. Constipation, which is fairly manageable using psyllium husk, up in your fibre, up in your fruit and that sort of stuff. First sort of 4 or 5 weeks, maybe I had a slight headache on jab day. That's completely gone now. Bear in mind I am 5 months in now. And probably every 3rd week I get a little rash in my belly where I've injected. All fairly easy to manage and really no stress involved in that at all. Before we go any further, just like to say, if you enjoy watching my videos, please like and subscribe. And if you've got any comments, leave them down below. I also do a Q&A video every Saturday. So if you've got any questions for my Q&A video, leave them down below. Just mark them up Q&A, because as I've said previously in quite a few of my videos now, I will have a habit of answering them without realising, hang on a minute, I was supposed to save that for the Q&A. So general comments down below, Q&A comments, stick a Q&A on it. And like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Right, so shall we talk progress since I started my Mounjaro weight loss journey? So like I said earlier, I started at 22 stone 11 and I'm currently 17 stone 10. So that means I'm 70 pounds down, which is 5 stone down, or 31 kilos down. My BMI was 40.1 and it's now 31.2. Have a look at these photos and see what you think. So warning, there is going to be photos of me in my pants right now. And when I say pants, for the American viewers, I mean underwear. So I'll pop these 2 photos up now. And these 2 here. So that's me in a green t-shirt. Now it looks like they're different t-shirts. That is exactly the same t-shirt, 70 pounds apart. And the only reason I've kept that t-shirt is to so I can show to everyone the transformation that's occurred in the last 5 months. And I will keep that t-shirt till such time as I decide to come off Mounjaro, and I'll keep bringing it up and showing the difference between when I started to where I am now. So the next photo is me in my underwear, and that is, again, that is when I started. It's horrific, isn't it? And that is me currently. For me, looking at those pictures, that transformation is absolutely mental. And I just wish when I started I'd taken more photos. I should have took the full 360, and then I could have given you the full transformation pictures. So you all could have gone, oh, wow, you've done amazing. But I didn't, so I haven't got many pictures. Sorry about that. So, putting aside the progress, big things you need to remember are I track my calories absolutely religiously. There's not a day goes by when I'm not scanning food. I'm not typing in food, searching for food and all the rest of it. I use an app called PepGLP1 app. There is an affiliate code down below for that. And if you do sign up, for transparency reasons, I do get a small commission. But that's the app I use for tracking my food. I've upped my protein massively. I try and hit huge protein goals now. And for someone that never used to eat meat until probably 12 months ago, that's been a huge change for me. And hydration. I've become one of those people that goes everywhere with their 1.3 litre Yeti bottle, and I never thought I'd see that day, because owed me, if I was thirsty, I'd go to McDonald's and get a drink. I'd go to Costa and get a coffee. But now 1.3 litre water bottle. I'm going to say 24 hours a day, but I guess you know what I mean. It's with me all the time, so I am now that person. Right, gym. Resistance training at the gym 3 to 4 times a week on a good week. It does differ depending on work patterns and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I do aim for three to 4 times a week. And I don't really, and I will start doing it soon. I think I don't do any cardio. I was tempted to get on the treadmill the other day, but thought better of it. So I tend to do arms, chest, back. Don't really, oh, shoulders as well, yeah. Don't really do legs, because what I've always said is, and this is wrong, so don't believe a word I'm saying now, is my legs used to carry around 22 stone, 11 pounds every single day of the week. So that was my excuse for not doing legs. But as I get lighter, I will work legs into my workouts. And sort of, I need to aim to be a little bit more consistent at the gym as well, because it makes a massive difference as well on your journey. So yeah, if you are able, and I know a lot of people aren't able to go to the gym because they're not able to exercise, but if you are able, it will make a huge difference to you. Right, so as well as being more energetic and healthier, I wanted to talk a little bit about the mental side of taking these weight loss drugs and losing large amounts of weight. And I'm not just talking about clothes, because it's a whole new world of clothes that's opened up to me now. All the stuff, when I used to go into a shop and I'd go along the rail and XL, 2XL, oh, nothing bigger than that. But now is a whole new world. And yeah, it's enabled me to sort of really, I've had to renew my wardrobe, but it's really allowed me to renew my wardrobe and get some of the nicer clothes that I've always wanted that they haven't really done in my size, or you'd have to get them mail order, and they 2XL from one brand and it's completely different than 2XL from another brand. So you kind of end up using the same brand all the time, because you never know what you're going to get when you mail order. And it's so frustrating when you're a little bit bigger or a little bit larger, because you can't rely on everything being of the same sort of sizes and same sort of dimensions and proportion, and it's really tricky. But it does sort of reinforce the old saying of nothing tastes as good as being slimmer feels, and it's so true as well. And that's been a massive takeaway for me. Takeaway, yeah, not takeaway as in takeaway meal. It's been a massive takeaway for me, knowing that I'd rather be slimmer than eating huge amounts of food. And that sort of brings me on to my next one as well, where mentally, how it changes the game when you're eating as well, with the appetite suppression. Because previously I was such a greedy little boy, and now I can walk away from food. And I don't mean that in a wasteful sense, whereas I'll throw loads of food away. But my portion sizes are smaller because I know I can't manage such large portions as I was previously having. So you're able to walk away, and that takes a little bit of getting used to, really, because you spend so long eating big, and now when you go out for a meal, or you get, I don't know, you go for a breakfast or a buffet, and you kind of say, no, I've had enough now. And that would never happen, because I would eat and eat and eat and eat until I felt so full, because that was part of the game for me. And it's so mentally refreshing being able to walk away from it now. And yeah, I really like that. It's really interesting, and it's really sort of allowed me to sort of realign myself on what normal people, and when I say normal, I mean all you people that don't get the food noise and all the rest of it, sort of realign myself with how normal people must feel when they eat. And that's what that medication is doing for thousands of us on this journey. Right, so what's next for me, man? Does Mounjaro? Well, if you see my video on Saturday, last Saturday, I finally set a go weight. Never done that on this journey at all in 5 months. Always said I'll see how I feel, so I look, and take it day by day. But I've actually set a go, so I've set a goal of 16 stone, which is still 2 stone heavier than my recommended weight. But I'm 6'3" tall, and if I'm honest, I think I'd look ridiculous at that weight. 14 stone or 90 kilos is my recommended weight, but I'm going to go for 16 stone, so that means I've still got 24 pounds to lose. We've got a big old bridge to cross, haven't we? Because how do we transition off the weight loss medication? Now, I get a lot of comments saying, you know, you're going to put it all back on when you stop. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. It's a weight loss journey. It's about creating new habits, being healthier. You're losing weight, you're being able to exercise more. So you kind of hope that when you do transition off the medication, you won't put it all back on. Now, all you people in the comments that say you're just going to put it back on, you might be right. But I think if I can change my habits, change the way I look at food, the way I do now when I'm on Mounjaro, bearing in mind I've stayed at 3.75 because I didn't want it to do all the work for me. I'm hopeful that when I've lost that last 24 pounds, which is going to be a couple of months, I know that, I'm hopeful that I'll be able to transition into a healthier version of me. Ultimately, it is a medication, the same as someone taking blood pressure medication, the same as someone taking medication for, I don't know what. It's a medication. And there's people out there on medications, and I'll pop a little link to a video I did up there about Mounjaro and cheating and people's opinion of it, because people do say to you, you're cheating by taking Mounjaro, but you're really not. It's a tool, and it's a useful tool, it's an effective tool, and it's helping thousands and thousands and thousands of people around the world. But it might be a medication that I may need to dip into and out of for the rest of my life, and I get that, and I'm okay with that. If I don't learn the new habits, and these habits haven't been created for me to maintain, then I've got no qualms in the future in saying, right, I need to go back on the Mounjaro for 6 months. I don't want to be like this for the rest of my life, because that's not healthy. But if I'm more sort of like that, and then like that, and then like that, and then like that, yeah, I'll take that. It's a medication, and I'm willing, if I need to continue taking it in and out for however long I need it. The same as you would if you had a headache and you take a paracetamol. Yeah, why not? And that is just my opinion. And as I said at the beginning of the video, honest and frank. And that's the name of the game for me, because there's no point in me coming on here and lying to everyone. I've got a fair few subscribers now. Why would I lie to them all? No reason to. So let's be honest with each other. I've seen a few videos now where people have said, yeah, I'm going to take this for the rest of my life. I don't necessarily want to do that, but if I have to do that, so be it. It's got to be a healthier way of doing it than being 22 stone and 11 pounds, obese, getting out of puff, going up the stairs, not being able to touch your toes, and all the rest of it. So that's the name of the game for me. So keep an eye out for my videos. I do post every Wednesday, which is normally a hot topic, and then I post early Saturday mornings, which is normally a weekly update and a Q&A. And once again, if you have got any questions for Q&A, please leave them down below in the comments, because if I don't get the questions, I can't do a Q&A, and I really enjoy doing it. But it also gives you an opportunity to get your questions out into the wider community as well. So if someone does ask a question, I'll always answer it the best I can. But it may be, if you watch the video, you've got a better idea of what the answer should be, or give another angle on it. So yeah, questions for Q&A. Thanks again for watching the video. Have a look at some of my other videos, like and subscribe. Thanks very much for watching, everyone.